Solana opens Validator. Votes on a constitution, disinflation, and fees. Solana Validator voting is live on three protocol proposals at the same time: adopting a formal constitution, changing how quickly SOL issuance falls, and reworking the network's fee market. The batch was flagged by industry tracker Wu Blockchain on August 24, 2026, and each item is decided by validator stake weight, rather than a single team's call. SOL traded at 94.01 as of August 24, 2026, down 0.7% on the day but up about 25% over the prior week, according to CoinMarketCap market data. The vote does not change token supply overnight, but two of the three proposals touch the economics that stakers and long-term holders care about most. Three questions on one ballot. The proposals are unrelated in substance, but land together in the current voting window, so validators weigh them as a set. The first is a constitution, a written document that defines how Solana governance is supposed to work, what the network commits to, and how future changes get proposed and ratified. Solana has run for years on rough consensus among validators, core engineering teams, and the foundation. A ratified constitution moves that toward a documented process with stated principles, closer to how larger protocols formalize decision-making as institutional money pays more attention. The second is disinflation. SOL issuance already declines over time on a fixed schedule toward a long-run floor. The proposal on the table adjusts the rate at which that inflation tapers. Faster disinflation means fewer new SOL minted as staking rewards in the near term, which reduces sell pressure from reward recipients, but also trims the yield paid to stakers. The trade sits between holders who want tighter supply and validators, plus delegators who rely on staking income. The third is fee reform. Solana's fee market has been a running source of friction, with priority fees spiking during congestion and local fee markets behaving unevenly across popular programs. The reform proposal targets how fees are priced, distributed, and burned. Changes here feed directly into validator revenue and into the cost of every transaction on the chain. Stakes for validators and SOL holders. Disinflation is the proposal with the clearest wallet impact. Staking rewards on Solana come largely from new issuance, so cutting the issuance curve lowers the nominal APY validators and delegators earn. Supporters argue a lower, more predictable supply growth makes SOL a stronger asset over time, and that real yield matters more than a headline number inflated by dilution. Opponents note that smaller validators run on thin margins and lean on issuance to stay solvent. Fee reform cuts the other way. If more value routes to validators through priority fees and a larger share of transaction revenue, that can offset lower issuance income. The net effect on validator economics depends on how the two proposals interact, which is part of why voting on them in the same window matters. For anyone earning yield through Solana staking, the outcome is worth watching. The staking and yield mechanics that back some crypto card reward programs depend on issuance schedules like this one. A card or app that advertises a SOL staking APY is quoting a number that these votes can move. Reading the timing, governance changes rarely arrive when a network is quiet. Solana is voting during a strong stretch for its token and rising institutional interest across the sector, which raises the stakes on getting the process right. A documented constitution is partly a signal to that audience. It says the chain has a defined way to make decisions rather than ad hoc coordination. The result depends on validator turnout and how stake concentrates behind each option. Large staking operators and exchanges hold significant delegated stake, so their votes carry weight far beyond a single node. That concentration is exactly the kind of governance question a constitution is meant to address, which makes the three-way vote a test of the process even as it sets the rules for it. None of the three outcomes is guaranteed. Validators can approve some proposals and reject others, and the disinflation and fee items can pass in modified forms depending on how the options are structured. Until the votes close and stake weight is tallied, the practical effect on SOL supply, staking yield, and transaction costs stays open.